God damn it.
Let's roll.
Sure up on top of Wood. Monacy coming up.
Let's roll.
3번으로.
Today's episode of the Wi-Fi is a theft.
Other candidates are promising to bring down grocery prices.
Let's roll. Let's show them who we are.
Alright, let's put the pods in. Come on.
Come on, chop chop. Fire in the hole. Throwing fire. Bomb has been planted.
Holy shit.
Terrorists win.
Oh, I did not.
Move it, son. Deploying flashbang. Bomb has been planted.
Holy shit. Fuck is flying.
Are we rushing in? Or are we going sneaky beaky like? Grenade. Deploying flashbang. Flashbang. Smoke. Fire. Grenade out.
Oh fuck.
Bomb has been planted.
This monkey's hacking. Crosshair placement's over. But then he's always aiming through the wall as if he's framing. He didn't know there was a guy short. Might just be a fucking read. Oh, he doesn't have the game sense to.
Let's give it to them, boys. Flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Throwing a grenade. Laying down smoke. Throwing flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
God damn it. Yeah, how he plays. Alright, just switch out his knife. When there could be a guy peeking in a second. More towards a brain that's over. Yep, brain that's up.
Let's move out. Incendiary. Grenade out. Throwing flashbang.
Oh my god, he was still there, bro. Oh my god. Fucked him.
Move it, move it. Throwing smoke. Fire in the hole. Grenade. Flashbang. Flashbang. Smoke.
Oh my god, bro. Plays like a fucking retard scrub. So if he has walls, but he's fucking retarded. The way that he's constantly peeking like that, I believe he is.
Terrorists win.
Oh, he's not even pre-aiming CT. Bomb was A. He's fully confident nobody was gonna come here. Bomb exploded. Confident about it.
Go, go, go. Throwing fire. Grenade.
Oh my, I killed him with one shot. Full flash.
Let's move out.
So, silver fucking teammates. Monkeys are all buying guns but don't know how to use a single utility.
Laying down smoke. Throwing flashbang. Laying down smoke.
Oh my god, bro. Help me. Like 700 hours. Just retarded. This monkey plays 3,000 hours. Get me out of here.
Let's go. Throwing fire. Smoke. Throwing a grenade. Throwing fire. Throwing smoke. Flashbang. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang. Flashbang. We shoot the piss out of them. Lock and load. Incendiary out. Throwing a grenade. Throwing flashbang. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang. Smoke. Grenade out. Molotov.
God damn. Couldn't beat him. Like a troll playing with a shotgun.
Incendiary. Deploying flashbang. Smoke.
Throwing flashbang. Grenade.
Okay. God damn, bro. Monkey's running around with a knife.
Terrorists win.
Grab your gear. Let's go.
Throwing flashbang.
Flashbang.
Laying down smoke. Throwing a grenade.
Oh, fuck. Oof. The hell is he aiming at?
Terrorists win.
Tell me this monkey's account is a smurf.
Than the bottom of the ocean, so this is unlikely. The most popular explanation is the giant impact theory. This says that a large object about the size of Mars smashed into the proto-Earth. The debris field from the collision coalesced to create the Earth-Moon system. Again, these conditions would have to be so perfect that the odds are
Let's go. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang.
God damn. He got demolished.
It is time now, my brother. Grenade.
Holy daddy. Ooh, get him dirty like that. Killed him with a dumping.
Astronomical.
right. Now, a recent theory is a combination of all of these. That a large object collided with the Earth about 4.5 billion years ago, essentially vaporizing it. And this vapor is called a synestia. And the synestia was spinning very rapidly, forming a torus. And the moon formed on the edge of this torus.
Whoa, hold on. Taurus? What's a Taurus?
Well, this shape is a torus.
That looks like a donut.
It does, but in geometry, if you revolve a circle around an axis in three-dimensional space, it's called a torus.
Yeesh, and you wonder why you're not popular at parties.
I'm very popular at parties, aren't I? So, we still don't know how the moon was created. You would think that actually going to the moon and collecting rock samples would solve some of these puzzles. But when moon rocks were brought back and studied, it only created more questions. Since landing on the moon in 1969,
The moon landing was as fake as a teenager's Instagram.
I knew you were going to do this. Look, do you like the idea that the moon is a hollow spaceship?
Well, yeah, I gotta admit, I do kind of like this idea.
Okay, so for us to explore this theory, you need to concede that we went to the moon.
Fine, I will concede we went to the moon.
Thank you.
But those were unmanned missions. The landings were actually filmed in a studio in Burbank, California.
Fine, I'll take what I can get. Moon rocks and soil samples brought back.
Let's roll.
Excuse me?
Someone like Michael Venom Page.
Oh, we got a problem right there.
That kick ends it.
That kick itself, you saw even low, and he comes over the top. Took his leg out. You can see there's damage. This is what happens. Lima's landing a very good low kick. That low kick to the shin it's deadly because it deadens your leg.
Come on, jump, jump.
Fire in the hole. Throwing fire.
Has been planted. Terrorists win.
God damn. Fuck is it?
Let's have at it, mates. Flashbang.
God damn. What is this monkey doing? Oh no.
He kicked you with low kicks that as I was watching, I go, those are damaging. Those are going to hurt. They're going to start to add up. How bad is your leg?
Well, I think I have a person growing inside me.
Grab your gear. Let's go.
Throwing fire.
Fire. Throwing flashbang.
Throwing flashbang.
Throwing a grenade.
Laying down smoke.
Throwing smoke. Flashbang.
Oh my god.
Right on. Let's go, fellas.
Molotov.
Grenade.
Grenade.
Throwing fire.
Throwing flashbang.
Throwing a grenade.
Grenade out. Laying down smoke. Throwing smoke. Deploying flashbang. All right.
Oh my god. Fuck is this?
Move it. Move it.
Grenade out.
Fire in the hole.
Grenade out. Incendiary out.
Flashbang. Throwing smoke. Counter-terrorists win.
There's no stopping us. Are we rushing or are we going sneaky beaky like?
Smoke. Deploying flashbang.
Grenade. Throwing fire.
Throwing flashbang.
Grenade out. Deploying flashbang.
Throwing flashbang. flashbang. Deploying flashbang. Smoked. Flashbang. Fire.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Make him stand up! Huh? Make him stand up! Up! Perfect oxygen! Let's go! Fight!
Will's hands high. Last time he was out. Whoa, no!
ローキックが効く。あ、もう立てないんじゃないですか。藤田のローキック。もう一発。
Back from the moon are strange. On Earth, the newest rocks are at the surface, and the rock gets older as you go deeper. Now, this is obvious and logical. But on the moon, the soil on the surface is older than the rocks underneath. And the surface rocks are older than the rock underneath them. It's backwards. The only way this happens on Earth is when we drill, dig, and mine, bringing older material to the surface. But we see this all over the moon. Now, if the moon was somehow hollowed out, older rock would be on top. But the list of anomalies goes on. Typical planetary structures have denser materials toward the core and lighter materials toward the surface. On the moon, this too is reversed, and no one could really explain why. The moon's surface is pockmarked by asteroid impacts that have happened for billions of years, so you would expect the rock around the impact craters to be different ages. But there is a strange uniformity in the age of these rocks. The chemical makeup of lunar dust is also very odd. If lunar dust is the result of billions of years of impacts, why does it have a different chemical makeup of the rocks around it? The moon doesn't have a magnetic field, yet moon rocks are strongly magnetized. The Earth is 4.6 billion years old, but the oldest rocks we found are much younger than that. Moon rocks are older, much older. Some rocks have been dated to the very beginning of the solar system, and some are said to be even older than that. Uranium-236 and Neptunium-237 are found on the moon. This is notable because those radioactive elements don't occur naturally. The only way we see those isotopes on Earth is if we create them. Titanium, chromium, and zirconium are rare on Earth, but these are found in abundance on the moon. If the Earth and moon were formed together, why such a big discrepancy? And those metals happen to be some of the most strongest materials that are known to exist, and they're highly resistant to corrosion. If you wanted to reinforce a structure, these are the metals you would use. This structural reinforcement could explain why moon craters all seem to be the same depth, no matter how wide they are. Shouldn't craters of different sizes be of different depths? It's as if there's a resilient metallic shell just beneath the surface of the moon, preventing anything from penetrating further. Now, if there was some type of instruments on the moon's surface that could detect seismic activity, we could test the hollow moon theory by intentionally colliding objects with the moon.
This sounds like a setup. We did this, didn't we?
We did.
And is it hollow?
Well,
Heyo!
Let's move out.
Grenade.
Fire in the hole.
Counter-terrorists win.
Oh yeah. Grab your gear, let's go.
Incendiary out. Smoke.
Throwing a grenade. Throwing flashbang. Molotov.
Terrorists win. Move it, son.
Throwing flashbang.
Throwing flashbang.
Oi.
Grenade out. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Move it, move it. Laying down smoke. Grenade out.
flashbang. Throwing fire.
What in the world?
Let's go.
Yeah, champion. Throwing smoke. Throwing fire.
Flashbang.
Throwing a grenade. Throwing flashbang. Throwing fire. Throwing a grenade.
A bot.
After returning to the command module, the Apollo 12 intentionally released the lunar lander, crashing it into the moon's surface. Then something very unexpected happened. Seismic measurements showed that the moon rang like a bell and reverberated for more than an hour. This was with a very small object compared to the size of the moon, so during Apollo 13, an even heavier object was crashed into the surface. This time, the moon rang for over 3 hours, and vibrations traveled to a depth of 20 miles. This doesn't happen on Earth. Reverberations last only a few minutes because of the Earth's density. And on Earth,
Let's show them who we are.
Grenade out.
Incendiary.
Throwing flashbang.
Flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Throwing fire. Flashbang.
We're at the clear, lads. Thank you. Go, go, go. Throwing fire.
Fire in the hole. Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
Throwing fire. Laying down smoke. Incendiary. Flashbang. Grenade. Throwing a grenade. Roger. Counter-terrorists win. We're really laying into them. Nice. Thank you. Come on, jump. Throwing fire.
Grenade out.
Deploying flashbang.
Flashbang.
Throwing fire. Throwing smoke.
Throwing fire.
Grenade out. Grenade out. Terrorists' win has been planted. Move. Incendiary.
Grenade.
Grenade.
Flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Incendiary out.
God.
Terrorists win. Let's go, fellas.
Holy.
Throwing a grenade. It's easy. We kill them, and then we go home. We will make them regret this day. Smoke! Flashbang! Flashbang! I'm throwing flashbang on the flashbang! Throwing fire! Bomb has been planted.
Watch out.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. Let us go! Throwing a flashbang! Smoke! Smoke! Flashbang! Terrorists win. You will cry like babies before you die. Bomb has been planted. Let's go, let's go. Throw a smoke. Throw in the flashbang. Whoa, I'm throwing flashbang. Hard. Throwing a flashbang. Planted. I'm throwing a grenade. I'm throwing fire.
Holy shit. Oh shit. Left. Goddamn burrito wrap.
Counter-terrorists win. Let's go, my brother. Smoke! Flashbang! Flashbang! Smoke! I'm throwing smoke. Throwing fire. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing fire. Throwing smoke. Planting. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. We are doing this.
Damn, can I get that percent? 2%
We will make them
by the
cry.
end of the game?
Smoke! Throw the flashbang. Throwing fire. Throw the flashbang. Throwing Planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Go, go, go! Throw in the flashbang! Smoke! Flashbang! Smoke! Throwing a flashbang! Smoke! Throwing fire!
Vibrations slow down as they move toward the Earth's center, where material is denser. But the vibrations on the moon actually got faster around 40 miles down, indicating the interior of the moon is not only far less dense, but perhaps has large hollow cavities. The density of the moon is something that's difficult to explain. The moon is about 25% the size of the Earth, but it's only about 1% of the Earth's density. If the moon were a hollow shell, this would explain that. Besides the density issue, the moon has a lot of characteristics and coincidences that we don't see anywhere else. The moon is actually more like a planet. At 1/4 the Earth's size, no other object in the solar system has a moon this large. This occurs nowhere else, not in our solar system or any other solar system that we found. And the moon orbits much more closely than it should. And its orbit is also a mystery. It's the only object we've ever observed.
We must move! Throw in smoke! Grenade! Throw in the flashbang! I'm throwing a flashbang! Throwing a flashbang! Throwing fire!
Oh, fuck. Monkey just one-tap me?
We will defeat the mercenaries.
God damn it.
I'm throwing fire.
With a near perfectly circular orbit. We don't see this anywhere else either. Because of this near perfect orbit and its size and distance from the Earth, the moon appears in the sky as almost the exact same size as the sun. This is what allows us to have eclipses. Our distance to the sun is 400 times our distance to the moon, and the size of the sun is 400 times the size of the moon. Could this be a coincidence?
Nah.
Well, when enough coincidences pile up, we may have to adjust our thinking and be a little more open-minded. And that's what happened in 1970. Two Soviet scientists looked at all the evidence and all these coincidences and came to what they felt was the only logical conclusion. And they agreed that their theory was crazy, but said not only is the moon hollow, but it's also a spacecraft that traveled here in the distant past. So now we have to ask, who built the moon? Every ancient culture on Earth has stories about the moon, but it's interesting that the further back you go, the fewer stories there are. And if you go back far enough, there are stories that talk about a sky before the moon arrived. Roman and Greek authors in the 5th century BC have stories about the Proselynes, and they lived in an area called Arcadia. And they said they'd been here since before there was a moon in the heavens. Now, on the other side of the world,
We shall rule today. Throwing smoke. Smoke. Grenade out. Molotov. Smoke. Activating the bomb. Bomb has been planted. Throwing fire. Terrorists win. We will live.
the ancient culture of Tiwanaku in Bolivia also refers to a time when there was no moon. The Tiwanaku claim the moon arrived between 11,500 and 13,000 years ago. If you're into ancient theories as much as I am, you'll recognize that this time coincides perfectly with a period called the Younger Dryas. And all kinds of myths and mysteries are said to have happened during the Younger Dryas, and we'll cover them on this channel. Now, going back to Africa, there are Zulu legends that specifically say the moon is hollow, and living inside is an intelligent race of reptilian extraterrestrials.
Lizard people?
Yup,
Lizard people built the moon!
that's what they believe.
Lizard people are very industrious.
They seem to be. The Zulu believe the moon was put into orbit by two brothers who were gods, and this legend is similar to what the Sumerians believed. The Sumerians also had a legend of two brothers, Enki and Enlil, who were called
Anunnaki.
Yup, Anunnaki, the extraterrestrial gods who created mankind.
Everything is falling into place with this one.
Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. How about this? The Zulu also believed that before the moon arrived, the climate of the Earth was very different. There were no seasons, and a blanket of thick water vapor covered the entire planet. And we now know that the moon does stabilize our climate. Without the moon's gravity, the Earth's axis would wobble. There would be no consistent seasons, no tides, extreme weather. The presence of the moon is what allows life on Earth to thrive. So back to the Zulu. The Earth was covered by a thick layer of water vapor, and you could only see the sun through this hazy mist. When the moon was finally placed into orbit, all this water vapor fell at once, and it created a cataclysmic global flood.
Always a flood.
Always, every time. Every ancient culture has a flood myth, and there's mounting evidence that this did indeed happen during the Younger Dryas. Cultures around the world have myths that are in perfect sync with each other. The coincidences keep piling up. The Zulu legend talks about how the arrival of the moon changed the tides and stabilized the climate. And this is something that wasn't understood by science until the past 100 years. Yet somehow the ancient Zulu were able to make the connection between the moon and the tides and the seasons. All of these myths and legends, plus strange coincidences and anomalies about the moon, start to add up to a compelling theory that the moon is hollow, is artificial, and was placed here by intelligent beings long ago. But coincidences aren't proof, and myths aren't proof. We need to know what's been happening on the moon lately to see if we can make our case with hard evidence. Lucky for us, the evidence is there. Science tells us that the moon is a cold, lifeless place. It has no atmosphere. There hasn't been seismic activity for millions of years. Its core, unlike the Earth's, is cold. For a supposedly dead world, there's an awful lot of activity up there. On March 7, 1971, a cloud of water vapor appeared on the moon that covered 100 square miles, and it was there for 14 hours before it dissipated. There's not supposed to be atmosphere on the moon, but for those 14 hours, there was. In fact, 6 astronomers in the past 100 years have documented a glowing mist in the crater named Plato. The same mist, the same crater, over many years. Boulder tracks are seen on the moon, all over the place. And that's weird enough, but how do boulders roll for miles and then go uphill, like in this photo? And since the days of Aristotle, astronomers have seen strange lights appear on the surface of the moon, sometimes visible with the naked eye. NASA even reported that between the years 1540 and 1967, there were 570 sightings of light flashes on the moon that couldn't be explained. Sightings of strange lights continue to this day. The Aristarchus crater was photographed in 1992, and it shows a glowing blue light, now called the Blue Gem. And this anomaly has been seen by Earth-based telescopes every few years since. Some have even speculated it's a fusion reactor. And these events of mysterious light and mist happen so frequently that there's even a name for them: transient lunar phenomena, or TLPs. But things get even more weird. There are plenty of photographs of what appear to be artificial objects on the surface of the moon. Towers that reach several miles high, pyramids, symmetrical structures. These have been photographed by astronomers, probes, even the astronauts themselves. And the biggest anomaly of all? Why haven't we gone back to the moon? Sergeant Carl Wolf was working as a technician for the Air Force, and he was repairing equipment that transferred images from a lunar satellite. Those photos, according to Sergeant Wolf, showed artificial structures on the moon, what he described as a base. And this is corroborated by another technician working with Wolf. And Wolf wasn't a UFO, ET, moon theory guy. He was just a tech. He said he was excited to see the pictures on the news and have NASA explain what they were. He was surprised when the photos never turned up. The photos were found in a very early release from NASA. These structures are very large and very tall. You can even see they cast shadows. And these are photos I'd like to learn more about, but I can't. They no longer exist. Now, almost immediately after landing on the moon, the Apollo 11 crew said they saw something that shook them up. Watch the press conference they gave when they returned. These men aren't acting like they made history or had a life-changing experience.
It's a beginning of a new age.
They look sad, frightened, uncomfortable, even depressed. Why? Is there a reason we haven't returned to the moon? And could it be that the Apollo missions discovered something that ancient cultures knew centuries ago? Something that reputable scientists believe is the only answer to this list of mysteries. That the moon is not what it seems or what we've been told. The moon is hollow, artificially constructed, and appeared in Earth's orbit from somewhere else, far away.
Makes sense to me.
Does it make sense to you?
자, 생각해봐. 365일 24시간 쉬지 않고 일해. 그럼 열 받아, 안 받아? 안 받아. 365일 24시간 일하는 데이터 센터를 플루이드에 담가 열받지 않게 하는 기술. 이게 바로 플루이드 테크놀로지. 그럼 전기차 배터리도 담가. 선박용 에너지 저장 장치도 담가.
So what can science explain about the hollow moon spaceship theory? Well, the formation of the moon is still unknown, so score theory 1, science 0. The density problem is said to be because after the giant impact, the Earth's upper mantle formed the moon. The mantle is much less dense than the core. Okay, the problem with this is the giant impact theory probably isn't what happened. And the theory about the Earth and the moon forming out of that big donut shape?
In geometry, that's called a torus.
Torus. Well, that wouldn't explain the density discrepancy. We're told the moon ringing like a bell is because the moon is much less dense, and the moon's rock has much less water, so vibrations reverberate longer and farther. This can't be proven, but okay. The perfect eclipses? Well, here's where science wins. The eclipses aren't exact. They're close, but not perfect. Besides, the moon is drifting farther away from the Earth every year, so eclipses are becoming less and less perfect all the time. And whether the moon arrived 14,000 years ago or was formed billions of years ago, it was much closer to the Earth, so it was much larger in the sky. Now, NASA claims that we know the moon isn't hollow because of seismic observations. And that's fair, but it's still conjecture. Look, we don't know for sure what's at the center of the Earth, much less what's at the center of the moon.
If there's anything at all.
Right. Now, the structures are said to be shadows or optical illusions.
Nope.
And the lights are from meteor impacts or reflections from glassy patches on the surface.
Nope.
But the bottom line is this. Yes, the hollow moon spaceship theory is a wild one, I admit that. And many of the anomalies found on the moon can be explained. The explanations aren't perfect, but they're enough to satisfy skeptics. And I consider myself a skeptic. But I'm open-minded. I just want to know the truth.
And it's to save it, Shazam! To rigging professional tournaments, this professional Valorant player had his entire audience and the whole Valorant community turn on him in less than a year. This is the story of Shazam. Shazam Khan, before all of this though, was just a college kid who played video games in his free time, and more specifically, CSGO. During ranked matches with his friends, he would always top frag, hit crazy shots, and was just overall way more skilled at his game than his friends. But there was a darker side to Shazam that would be exposed for everyone to see later on. Eventually, after years and years of grinding out the game, not competitively, he would get his first opportunity to prove himself in a more professional setting, a chance to compete on a pro-playing team called Denial. Shazam was signed to Denial and would quickly go on to their first LAN event with the team at ESEA Season 17.
Gaming was always just a hobby. Playing competitive leagues online and stuff was just a hobby until my junior year of college. The weekend before my finals, we went to a LAN tournament and we ended up upsetting Cloud9, which was like the only salary team at the time.
And at this time, the victory they got against Cloud9 was a massive deal. Shazam had just signed to Denial and they were already looking like a powerhouse as they took home an absolutely massive win against Cloud9, who was one of the best teams in the country. However, Shazam's journey with Denial would be one that was short-lived, but for all the best reasons. Because the next day after they beat Cloud9, Shazam would be given an offer that he could not resist. And the offer was from the enemy team. You see, Cloud9 realized how badly they had gotten beaten, and they needed a quick replacement for one of their players named Hiko, who needed to sit out. But at this point, Shazam was still actively attending college, and would need to make the tough decision between finishing school or pursuing his professional CSGO career.
So I was really nervous when I called my parents. And I was so scared. I remember my voice was shaking and like I was like bracing myself for like, you know, like what, like it was always, gaming is fine as long as you do school. But as soon as these two are gonna conflict, I was very worried. And out of nowhere, my dad was like, go for it.
But with support from his parents, Shazam took the biggest risk of his life and decided to take the dive into pursuing CSGO full-time. After leaving his stable college plans behind, Shazam took on professional CSGO, and things didn't exactly go to plan. You see, Shazam's time on Cloud9 was extremely short, not even lasting 6 months. He had joined the organization in December of 2014 and was dropped during a roster change in April of that following year. career. And just like that, Shazam was left jobless 5 months after leaving school to pursue a dream that was now falling apart right in front of him. And now that Shazam was dropped, it seemed like he wasn't playing too well either, with his confidence at an all-time low. But besides not playing well, there was a deeper layer as to why Shazam couldn't get on a team. And it's a side of Shazam that the public had not heard about yet. However, other CSGO players did witness him behind the scenes.
It's weird to me that Shazam would say one thing at 6 months ago, and then all of a sudden he joins Cloud9 and now he gained a conscience. Like, it doesn't make much sense to me. And the fact that he actually messaged me and Jordan, like, he was just me, you can say whatever, but the fact that he messaged Jordan as well, like, I don't think Jordan would lie to you. I'm pretty sure Jordan would tell you the truth that he messaged him too. You know, as bad for his teammate as it sounds, like, he literally messaged both of us.
And you're probably wondering what exactly Shazam was messaging them about. Well, he was trying to rig the matches. Shazam was exposed shortly after being dropped from Cloud9 because it was revealed that he was involved in a match-fixing scandal in the Pro League. For those of you that don't understand, basically, match-fixing is when a player would tell somebody the outcome of a game before it happens. And because Shazam was playing in the games, he had a huge control over what was going on, and he would purposely throw matches that he was betting on the side. In 2015, a match would take place in the CEVO Professional Season 5 tournament in which the top team iBuyPower would drastically lose to netcodeguides.com by the fashion of 4-16. And losing was one thing, but to lose by 12 rounds was beyond an upset. Also, the way that iBuyPower was playing was really weird. They were going for fancy knife kills in a tournament game, and they chalked it all up to being tired or the time zone differences that they lost from traveling, even though it was very clear to the rest of us that something was going on. And genuinely, it looked like the match was rigged.
CSGO's 2015 match-fixing scandal is one of the biggest scandals in the game's history. 4 of North America's strongest players
In anybody, they brought in the GOAT of Valorant, TenZ. After replacing Sinatra with TenZ, they would go on to defeat FaZe Clan in the finals of the event and would be the winners of Masters NA. And furthermore, Shazam would help lead Sentinels to win Masters Stage 2 in Reykjavik. This was a history-making victory over Fnatic. But unfortunately, the team and Shazam would go only downhill after this victory. And Shazam would even get fully dropped from Sentinels. And let's just say his reaction to this would not be a happy one, and with fair reason, of course, but people didn't like how he responded at all.
All good. So I'm probably gonna end this stream soon. I don't have a lot of energy right now to play and entertain a stream. There's a lot I want to say, but I can't, so.
And to be honest, this side of Shazam that people were seeing seemed to be the same toxic Shazam from CSGO that we thought maybe had disappeared when he switched to Valorant. And fast forward to today, Shazam is mostly known for reacting terribly when others criticize him, and his ego just seems to have really gotten to him after the Sentinels let him go out of the blue.
Wait, say on God, say Wallah he said that.
I'm curious, like, Array's kind of got quiet.
Yeah, bro, I don't want to try to win. No, I don't know, this judge just doesn't know how to be funny.
Yeah, my bad,
That's
bro.
a loser.
I tried. Dude.
This guy's actually tweaking, hello?
Yeah, Wallah. Like, what the?
You're trying.
It's super unfortunate that Shazam's bad reputation in CSGO that he seemed to have gotten rid of has now followed him here to Valorant. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the way that he acts. However, even with all of this going on, he did recently sign to G2 Esports as a pro player, but Shazam is nowhere near the skill level that he used to be. He's getting almost no views on his YouTube channel, and he barely ever streams anymore. Of course, he could have another great comeback story, but I only think that's going to happen if he really changes the way that he thinks about life and how.
We'll be exploring 3 videos with a mostly suburban and diverse city of about 200,000 people.
You're facing it.
My dad has a go-to. My dad has diabetes.
And right. Why'd you kick me?
Oh my god, bro!
screams, Jenny. Big Jenny.
Yeah. Where are we going?
Happy birthday to you!
I tried to tell him.
Give me your hand. Easy, easy. Like this. Bravo. Whoopa. Whoopa.
Listen. Crutch. Right. You ready? See you, Dad.
Ui, อะไรวะ
นี่
Oh no! Oh, that is freezing! My phone!
Oh my God. Move it. Oh.
Is this my grandpa? Isn't it?
No, it's not your grandpa.
Okay.
Love you.
my god. Oh. Oh.
When I started researching